video, we'll be talking about the factors that determine types of occupation or your employment career opportunities. Firstly, we'll talk about climatic factors or differences. The climate of a country, to a large extent, will determine the kind of occupations that most people in such country will go into. For example, a country blessed with rainfall, like our country Nigeria, many people in such country, if they venture into agriculture, will do so well in that occupation. They will be blessed as a result of it. Likewise, their country will also be blessed. Then we'll talk about level of interest and aptitude. To students especially, your level of interest in a particular occupation to a large extent will determine if you should go into such occupation or if you should see a career in such. For example, as a student, if your interest is more into using gadgets, using especially computer system, and then pressure comes from your friends to go into probably the constructive occupation, but your level of interest doesn't lie in that aspect. It lies largely in the use of computers and the likes of it. Such level of interest will determine the kind of occupation you go into. So for such students, such needs to go into occupation that will make you use computer technologies more. Also, we consider the amount of skills and training that you've received. Your amount of skill and training the amount of skill and training you've received in a particular occupation will determine if you should go into it or not. Also, availability of natural resources. I'll use Nigeria again as an example. We are blessed with crude oil, and then most of the students in Nigeria, if they decide to go into petroleum engineering, it's actually a good line for them because we have such natural resources, and as in the process of their learning, they have access to such resources which would really help them in their occupation. We also have wages and salary. To a large extent, everybody wants to make a living in the occupation they engage in. So the amount of wages and salary that is accrued to a particular occupation to a very large extent will determine if you should go into such occupation or not. Then we also have industrial hazards. We know that every occupation has its own hazard. Yes, when we talk about hazard, we know what that means. The unlikely situations that may come up as a result of your occupation. Many industries, as a result of the use of large machineries, some laborers lose some part of their body due to the use of this technologies. So as a result of that, choosing your occupation, you should consider the hazard in such occupation. Consider it as a factor. Also, we have government policies of a country concerning some kinds of occupation. Also, we'll talk about the cultural background. Also talk about your personal influence. What influences you as a student? What is that drive, that natural drive you have in you? You need to consider that also before you choose before you go choose a type of occupation that you really like to go into. Also, lastly, I would like to talk about the standard of development of your country should also be a determining factor to the type of occupation you will go into. In the next video, we're going to be treating past questions from SSC and UTME examinations, and I will also be giving you advices and tips that will help you in solving your questions during your examinations.